James, thanks for joining us just 24 hours before we play Ayr away tomorrow. Just your thoughts ahead of the game, please.
I think it's a game that both teams will be getting into with confidence. Ayr had it looks like a narrow win last week, but I think they were really good in the game. They got themselves 3-0 in front against Queen's Park, and Queen's Park scored 2 goals within a minute that probably, in Scott's eyes, took the shine off the win a wee bit, but it was a good performance. We obviously get a win here as well against Airdrie, so look, it's 2 teams off the back of a victory each, and 2 teams will be looking to go and get another one and make it 2-2 in the league.
As you say, 2 wins in a row for ourselves in all competitions, so the mood must be good going into tomorrow's game, building that momentum.
Yeah, look, I've watched the game back. Performance-wise, it wasn't where we had been in certain games, in terms of creating chances and stuff like that, but it was enough to win the game. We got 3 points. The 3 points were huge for us. We needed that victory in the league, but look, we now need to start trying putting them together. We want to make it 2-2 in the league. We want to go down there and be positive, take the game to Ayr United and have a go. But look, they're a good team as well, and they'll be trying to do the same. So it's got the makings of a good game. Both teams will be going at each other to try and win it, and it's certainly one we're looking forward to.
Over the previous weeks, we've spoken in pre- and post-match interviews about the performance levels. How do you feel that the players adapting to playing not just the 3 at the back but the 4 at the back, and having that flexibility has allowed you to really kick on with those performance levels?
Yeah, I think it's the players, the ones that have been here a while, have been used to playing a 4 at the start. Then we moved to a 3, and injuries dictated we went back to the 4. And now it's like the last couple of games we've been back at the back 3. So I don't think to them it matters. They're comfortable in both shapes. Obviously, Ayr United, that's another example of it. They changed to a back 3 for the first time this season that I've seen anyway, certainly last week, and got a victory. So we'll wait and see what they do. But in terms of the players, I think when the squad's as fit as it is at the minute and it's pretty healthy, then we've got the ability not only to change system but change personnel within that system, or at any point you can change the shape of the team just with a couple of players. So the squad's good, and that's what helps it. I think that's where we came unstuck a wee bit last season with the shape of the team, was the fact that we had so many key injuries in key areas, and we had to go back to the 4. So I think the levels of some of them and coming back to a good level, and having confidence in themselves again has helped. Otto is a prime example of that. I think it benefited him coming out for the period, and now he's went back in, and I think recently he's been excellent. That's a challenge for him now to keep those performance levels up, but I've no doubt he'll do that. And as I say, he did come out the team for a couple of games, but that sometimes happens with younger players, and you get them back refreshed and ready to go, and I think we've seen a good example of that with Ewan over the last couple of weeks. He's been excellent.
When you were speaking to the written press here just prior to speaking to ourselves, you were being asked about Chris Kane. How impactful has he been since he joined the football club on a permanent basis in the summer?
Yeah, I've said it before, I still believe he's a Premiership level striker. At times he's struggled with injuries that any player can struggle with, but then obviously had the disappointment one with the concussion. He's now back. I think this week he's looked a lot sharper. He's looked a lot better off the back of having hardly trained at all, leading into the Airdrie game. But we know we know the levels Chris Kane can play at. We know when we've got him at his best, then we're a better team with him in it. Again, like you, and the challenge to Chris is to be at those levels where everyone still believes he's a Premiership level striker, and I'm seeing a lot of that this week. So he's another week better off in terms of 54 minutes last week in the game, and then he's trained this week, so he should be better for that getting into Saturday's game.
So talking of squad availability, how are we looking for tomorrow?
Yeah, the one disappointing one is for Craig White, and his knee's been giving him a bit of bother probably over the last 5 or 6 weeks, and he's been managing it. And credit to him, because he's been doing that well, and because we had a busy period of games. And again, we went to Andy Williams, the knee surgeon, and got that looked at, and he suggested a wee bit of treatment for it, an injection. So we'll be without Craig certainly tomorrow and probably next week. But at the minute, everyone else is fine other than Craig.
You're not surprised by the numbers they turn up in every week, home or away, but of course difficult weather conditions recently, but you'll still be expecting them to turn up in good numbers no matter what.
Yeah, expecting and hopeful that they're. It's always good when you've got a good away support down at Somerset, and to be fair to them, at my time here, they've been great down there for us, and there's been games that I've felt that we've kind of threw away down there, so they'll be desperate to go down there and get behind us and cheer us on, and hopefully we all come back up the road on Saturday that bit happier with the 3 points.